My name's Nicole McGee. I'm the director here of the Learning Tree Academy. This overgrown grass here is normally maintained by the city, but after we called them and asked them to come out and cut it, it has been a while since they came out to cut it, and he was just telling me that today he was going to alleviate this problem for the health and safety of the kids that we service here at the Learning Tree Academy.
What's the name of your channel?
Sir?
What's the name of your channel?
Clean the City. Alright, y'all, so I'm a little bit late with starting this week. I'm actually very late because I've been actually in the process of moving and organizing my storage unit, so I really couldn't get out and look for yards this week. But I'm trying to look for something to cut so I can give y'all a video, and I think I found something. Look at this. Look at that. That's a tall sidewalk, huh? And it's right near Daycare. It's right near a daycare. That's a little weird.
Okay, so what you taking a picture of?
This overgrown grass. I'm wondering why the city gonna cut this, but they don't cut this.
Right.
And it's right next to the playground of these kids' daycare, and it's right next to people's house. Like, why wouldn't they cut this right here?
Right, we have to call them. I'm the director.
You have to call you.
And we have to call them to tell them that we need this cut.
Okay, hold on. What's your name, by the way?
Nicole McGee.
Nice to meet you, Miss Nicole. So this is what I do, all right?
Okay.
My name is AP. I have a nonprofit organization where I cut overgrown grass called Clean the City. And with my nonprofit, I'm from Fort Pierce. I grew up right in this neighborhood. So with my nonprofit, I go around mainly Fort Pierce and St. Lucie County, but Florida in general. And I help out the elderly, sick, disabled, and less fortunate with overgrown yards. Like I said, I knock on doors, so if I can't find anybody to particularly help, I do stuff like this to keep the community clean, because my nonprofit is called Clean the City. Because I found this about a week and a half ago, and it hurt me to see it right next to the daycare. And I'm like, these kids be out here, it could be anything in this grass that slithered through that fence and get to them. So that's what I'm about to get ready to do, is cut it. But with you stopping and telling me that you've been calling the city and you have to force them to come out here and cut it, it's sad. With my job, I'm usually coming behind the city and cleaning up after them. But they should already know that they have to come out here at least every 3 weeks and cut this, because they cutting this. It don't really make sense why they won't just cut this little. It's not even that much land. Hey everybody, welcome back to the Clean the City channel, brought to you by Blades Uncut Media. Happy Labor Day, everybody. I hope that you're with family, friends, loved ones. If you're actually celebrating Labor Day, as y'all know, it is a U.S. holiday, and I know that a lot of y'all are located in other countries and overseas. So if you don't know much about Labor Day really is just a day where people take off work. I don't want to just spew out lies right now. Labor Day is a federal holiday on the first Monday of September, honoring the contributions of American workers to the nation's strength and prosperity. The holiday originated in the late 19th century labor movement with the first Labor Day parade in 1882 and its establishment as a federal holiday in 1894. It is often seen as the unofficial end of summer. It's the end of summer, y'all. It's okay, we're gonna keep cutting grass here in Florida. And is celebrated with picnics, parades, and often marks the start of American football season. So whatever y'all doing today, if you're with family, friends, loved ones, if you're by yourself and having your own picnic, whatever you're doing, have a good Labor Day, okay? That's what it's about. Now, in this video, y'all, we are in Fort Pierce, and we're in the heart of Fort Pierce. If you're from Fort Pierce or you've lived in Fort Pierce for a good amount of time, you know where we're at. We're right off of Avenue D and 29th Street, right by the Boys and Girls Club. To make a long story short, there is tall grass along this sidewalk off of this main road of 29th Street, and it looks like the city is very lazy with this one. The city is cutting property right before this sidewalk starts, and they leaving this sidewalk overgrown. Now, the reason why I know that it's the city's job to be doing this is because a lady that works for the daycare stopped right here by me. Somebody of importance, all right? Somebody of major importance of the daycare that actually calls the city to have them come cut this very grass.
Hello, my name is Nicole McGee. I'm the director of the Learning Tree Academy. As I was riding by, I saw this gentleman out snapping pictures, and I stopped to ask him if there was anything I could do to help him, just to find out why he was taking pictures of the school. And he explained to me his organization, Clean the City, and how he goes out to help. This overgrown grass here is normally maintained by the city, but after we called them and asked them to come out and cut it, it has been a while since they've came out to cut it. And he was just telling me that today he was going to alleviate this problem for the health and safety of the kids that we service here at Learning Tree Academy.
All right, so y'all heard it directly from the daycare. They need help out here, and the city is taking their sweet time helping them, so we're here to do it, y'all. The clouds are getting dark and we don't want to get rained on, all right? So let's go ahead and do this, y'all. I have a nonprofit organization, and I'm a YouTuber. I clean up these overgrown properties in Fort Pierce and throughout Florida.
Why they ain't cut that anyways, bro? The guy was cutting grass. He left that like that.
Are you serious?
He was cutting all over here. He never come back here.
That's why I don't get it, because this is the only part that's rough.
Oh, yeah, he run the blower on the rider. Everything he do on the rider, he don't get off. He don't even run the weed whack. He just shooting all that mulch in the road.
Yeah.
He's doing some weird stuff. He's going my car to the gate. They got the green, baby.
Yeah, thank you, bro. It's about to rain, y'all.
You're doing a good job.
Thank you, I appreciate it.
Yeah, beautiful.
Happy Labor Day.
Thank you.
Y'all have a good rest of your week. That's another one in the books. Just to wrap it up, if y'all were not here earlier, you missed earlier in the premiere, we helped out a daycare and a daycare director. The actual director stopped and was wondering why I was over here, what I was over here doing. She was curious to know why I was taking pictures of this property. And I told her, you know, what we do with the nonprofit, and she told me that she has to constantly call the city to have this piece of property. So the safety of these kids while they're in this playground, man. This playground is directly across from this patch of land that was overgrown. And every day these kids come out here and play. Snakes, rodents, anything could come over that fence, underneath that fence, and bother them. So it's good to be able to get out here and clean another property, y'all. I hope y'all enjoyed it. This was really, really fun. Even though it wasn't a big project, it was one that I could really spend my time on and like just pay close attention to details on this one. So I love y'all. I hope y'all enjoyed this one. Once again, happy Labor Day. I hope y'all enjoyed your Labor Day with family, friends, and just had a good time, you know? Made sure you took a day off and got some rest. I know some of y'all work just like me. It's okay, as long as you enjoy your day, that's all that matters. All right, so I love y'all. We're gonna go ahead and get into this reveal. Make sure that y'all like this video, subscribe to the channel, and leave a comment down below. Let me know how you like this transformation, okay? All right, continue to be the difference. Continue to erase the stereotype. If you were judged today, yesterday, or if you're going to be judged in the future, always remember that nobody's opinions define who you are. Your actions define who you are, okay? I love y'all, and until next time. Oh, hold on. I forgot to show this today. See y'all on the next one.
What's the name of your channel?
Sir,
What's the name of your channel?
clean the city.